Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're all having a super awesome day. I just got off a virtual co-working session. It was the most fun and productive thing I have done in so long. I've been co-working at co-working spaces for a long time, but I've never done virtual co-working before. And it was super cool. So we jumped on a Zoom call. And first we started just by welcoming the new members, and everyone kind of said what they did. And then we all wrote in the chat box what we were hoping to accomplish in the 90 minutes together. And then we did the sprint. So 90 minutes of super focused work. You keep the Zoom on and then you just get down to business. So it was really, really cool. So if you guys ever have the chance to try virtual co-working, I would highly suggest it. It keeps you accountable and you don't get up to get snacks. You're not distracted by the dog. It's just like get down to freaking business. Okay, so today's video is all about the serve, grow, scale technique. I'm going to type that in our comments just so you know what you're watching. The serve, grow. Has anyone heard of this before? The serve, grow, scale. Sorry, I can't type. Technique. Oh, if there's only an easier way to do this on IG stories. Okay, so I'm assuming nobody has heard of it because it's my framework for serving your audience, growing your business, and scaling to the next level. So if you are a business owner that is looking to accelerate your growth, to really focus in on that brilliance so that you can serve more people, grow your business in numerous different ways and scale it beyond the level it is now. And for many of you, that is just you. It's just you. How do you scale it beyond? If this is something you are interested in, you're going to love it. So, how many of you are still fighting to make your first 50,000 or so in revenue? Kind of in that early startup phase. I know a lot of our visionary community members have launched their business and they're signing off on their first, second, third, fourth, whatever, fifth high ticket client. So the exciting thing is that they're sharing their gifts with the world and they are expressing themselves through their business. And they're acting as what I call the chief visionary officer of their organization. And it's super inspiring to see this new wave of visionaries. I see one on, Carrie. It's so inspiring to see them stepping into their light and beginning to share their brilliance with the world. But what does it take to get to that next level, right? How do you sign that 5th or that 10th or that 30th high-paying client? How do you start pulling in $15,000 months as opposed to $1,500 months, right? That's the serve, grow, scale technique that I'm going to explain to you today. So we get into this specific technique along the visionary method journey. And the visionary method is my coaching experience for aspiring and startup entrepreneurs. And we only start on the serve, grow, and scale technique once you've laid a very strong foundation, once you're clear on who you serve, once you know what type of impact you're looking to have on this world. And then, only then, can we start thinking about scaling and growing your business to a new level, okay? So in this video, I want to explain the 3-step system to scaling your business from an idea to an income beyond your wildest dreams, because it's possible. And I only speak from experience, okay? Like I'll never tell you something that I don't do. This is my framework. It's my experience. So love, love, love sharing it with you. So here's why I'm passionate about the serve, grow, and scale technique. So I've been practicing it in my own business probably for the last year or two. For the first few years of my business, I was just trying to keep afloat. I didn't know what I was doing. There was no technique. I was just showing up and doing the things. But then I realized I need some framework for growing this to the next level. I've never done this before. So I need help. I need to figure out the process for going beyond myself, for building a business that's no longer about me, but about serving a greater global audience. So after being in a rat race for like 3 years, grinding day after day, I'm sure many of you startup entrepreneurs can feel me. It's always going to be hectic and chaotic, but there are ways to simplify that chaos. So I was looking for a way to begin reaching more people, serving more people, and scaling to a global audience, but I didn't want to have to spend 24/7 online. Okay, so that was my goal. And since applying the techniques behind the serve, grow, and scale technique, now I'm finally booking a consistent amount of discovery calls, what I call revision sessions. So I'll book about 8 to 10 of those a month. I sign between 3 and 6 high-paying clients every single month. I have people who, like yesterday, I got on the phone with someone who I've never met her through the online world, and she signed up to be a client of mine, a private client of mine, within minutes, right? So this technique allows you to do more, to share your brilliance with more people without being a slave to your business, okay? And that is the tricky spot that a lot of you will get caught in. You're gonna grow your business to a certain level, but you'll realize you've maxed out for time, or you no longer have the ability to sit back and take a break and to be the visionary behind your business. You're just in go, 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 go mode, okay? So the serve, grow, scale technique is gonna help those of you who have made your first up to 50K in business and who need to go beyond. You need to scale up. You wanna make this an empire, not just a little hobby, okay? So before I dive in, I just want to share quickly that it's important to understand something called the purchasing cycle before you even try to scale your business, okay? Now, I explain this all very deeply in the visionary method, but I want to give you a quick overview right now. So the purchasing cycle begins at awareness. People become aware of your product or service, then it goes to information search, and then interest, and then evaluation, and then purchase, and then support, and then loyalty, and then advocacy, okay? You're probably like, what the hell are you talking about, Kelsey? It's not super important for you to learn right now unless you're at that critical moment of needing to scale your business up. But we want to be serving, growing, and scaling our business at every single place along the purchasing cycle. So if you are a student or a client of mine, don't worry, we will cover that off in depth. But I want to get into the important stuff today to share with you, which is how you can begin serving, growing, and scaling right now. Even if you haven't signed your first few clients yet, there's still an amazing ability for you to begin serving, growing, and scaling so you can set yourself up to reach that 6-figure revenue or whatever it is that your internal motivation is and what your internal goal is, okay? So first, let's talk about serving. How are you going to serve at the highest level as your business continues to grow? Okay, so you need to make time to get out into public or into the online world and connect. You need to be serving other communities. That's partnerships, okay? Fostering relationships with communities that already have an existing audience that you can then tap into. You need to be joining masterminds and business coaching experiences so that you can get around like-minded people, because so much conversation happens within those communities and you're going to get clients through them. You need to be partnering with brands. You need to be teaching webinars and masterclasses. You need to figure out what that magical formula of how you like to serve your audience and how they like to be served, okay? And so yes, it is scary to always put yourself out there in the public eye, but you have to do it, and you have to expect that not every single time will it go perfectly. For a lot of the workshops that I've taught, I haven't really seen a lot of return on investment, but it's practice, it's planting seeds, it's expanding your community, even if only by one person. And yeah, you may be met with a lot of resistance or no's when you start to serve at a higher level. And you know why that is? It's because simply people aren't ready for your ideas. They're not ready for your business yet. But through all of it, I want you to serve up the real you, okay? It's a core value here at Visionary HQ that being real is important. And know that by you being real, you're not for everybody, and that's okay. Keep serving people. Know that there's people out there listening, and don't worry about the people who are not interested, okay? Let's talk quickly about growth, okay? I want you to grow your relationship with the existing clients that you do have, okay? So now we know how to serve. Well, obviously, that's a very brief overview, but now we need to think about growth, okay? And when I think about growth, I like to think about going deep, not wide, okay? So you want to create depth with the existing community and clients that you have, and keep drilling down and offering them more and deeper support, rather than just trying to funnel in thousands of clients for $20 and then having them disappear moments after they pay you, right? That's not the point of growth. Growth is tap rooting down. Growth is being a remarkable person, a remarkable business owner, and checking in with people for the sake of it. It's sending them an article because you thought of them while you were reading it. It's telling them how awesome they are via Facebook Messenger, sending them snail mail, shipping them a free case of kombucha, inviting them to a free webinar, sending them a voice note. These are all things that I do to grow my impact, to grow the reach that I have. Simple things. They don't even have to cost money, but you need to be doing something that is growing your relationship with current clients and prospective clients, okay? There's the biggest bee outside. And the last piece is scale. So scaling is scary, okay? Scaling beyond yourself. Having a strategy that allows your customers to talk about you even when you're not around. How are people referring you, acting as advocates of your brand? We want that. We want people to be out there who have had such transformation with you that they're actually scaling your business. Behind the scenes, you're hiring a VA, you're outsourcing your weaknesses, you're setting up processes so that things run on automation. I just spent time redoing an automation so that people can sign up for a challenge and I don't even have to be present. The emails go out automatically. So that is a little overview of things you need to think about when you hit that first 50K in business. How are you serving? How are you growing? How are you scaling? So tell me, how are you currently serving, growing, and scaling your audience? I want to know. Comments below. If you're watching this in the replay, just type replay. I'll know you're here. And I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow.